I became a thin blue flame, polished on a mountain range, and over hills and fields I flew, wrapped up in a royal blue. I flew over Royal City last night, bullfighting the horns of a new moonlight. Caesar's ghost, I saw the wartime tides, the Prince of Denmark's father still and quiet. The whole world was looking to get dragged. Trees were a fifth, shaking themselves at the clouds. I looked over curtains, oh it's then that I knew that only a full house gonna make it through. I became a thin blue wire that held the world above the fire, and so it was I saw behind. Heaven's just a thin blue line. If God's up there, he's in a cold dark room. The heavenly hosts are just the cold dark moons. He bent down and made the world in 7 days, and ever since he's been walking away, mixing with nitrogen and lonely holes, where neither seraphim or raindrops go. I see an old man wandering the halls alone, but only a full house gonna make a home. And I became a thin blue stream, the smoke between the sleeping dreams, and in that clear blue undertow, saw Royal City far below, borders off with refugees, streets swimming with amputees. It's a Bible or a bullet they put over your heart. It's getting harder and harder to tell them apart. The days are nights and the nights are long. Beating hearts blossom into walking bombs, and those still looking in the clear blue sky for a sign get missiles from so high they might as well be divine. And now the dogs are howling at your door, singing about vengeance like it's the joy of the Lord, bringing justice to the enemies, not the other way around. They're guilty were killed, and they're killed where they're found. If what's loosed on earth will be loosed up on high, it's a hell of a heaven we must go to when we die, where even Laurel begs hearty for vengeance, please. The fat man's crying on his hands and his knees. Back in the peacetime he caught roses on the stage. Now he twists indecision, takes bourbon for rage. Lead pellets, pepper, and aluminum, halcyon, laudanum, and opium. Sings kiss thee hearty, this poison cup. His wine and sheet is busy winding up. In darkness he looks for the lights that died. You need faith for the same reasons that it's so hard to find. And this whole thing is headed for a terrible wreck, and like a tragedy, that's what we expect. And then I make plans for a city laid down, the hips of a girl on the spring-covered ground, spirals and capitals and the twists of a script, streets named for heroes that could almost exist, fruit trees from Eden and the gardens that seem to flow like the smoke from a lithium dream, cedar trees growing in the cool of the squares, young women walking in the portals of prayer, the future glass buildings in the past in a dress, the weddings in pollen and the wine bottomless, and all wrongs forgotten and all vengeance made right. The suffering verbs put to sleep in the night. The future descending like a bright chandelier. The world just beginning and the gifts of good cheer. In Royal City I fell into a trance, 'cause it's hell to believe there ain't a hell of a chance. I woke beneath the clear blue sky. The sun has shot the breeze aside. The old hometown and the streets I knew. Wrapped up in a royal blue. I heard my friends laughing out across the fields. Girls in the gloaming and the birds in the wheel. The raw smell of horses and the warm smell of hay. Cicadas electric in the heat of the day. A run of three sisters in the flush of the land. And the lake was a diamond in the valley's hand. The straight of the highway and the scattered out hearts. They were coming together, they were pulling apart. And angels everywhere were in my midst. And the ones that I loved and the ones that I kissed. I wondered what it was I've been looking for above. Heaven so big there ain't no need to look up. So I stopped looking for royal cities in the air. Only a full house gonna have a prayer.